threw around the kits for the Super Falcons arriving just before this semi-final game against South Africa. Where exactly should we be laying the blame?
If you don't have the full facts of it, state what it is. She has stated that, look, it wasn't a problem. They were still having training kits to come out with. And this is some of the bottlenecks they experience. Of everybody to know, the manager should know. And the manager came here and said, oh, we don't have enough. It's not good enough.
See, no,
it's not enough.
That is misrepresentation.
It's not misrepresentation, no.
It is very...
I'm not the one that said the tale.
You are misrepresenting.
It's not me that said the tale.
You are misrepresenting. Charles asked him, and the guy didn't want to go there.
Yeah. No, but he didn't need... No, he could have said, I don't have...
She said the kids were limited. Listen to what...
No, she didn't say the kids were... No,
she said the kids were limited.
No.
Does this guy not hear?
No, I don't hear.
This is Sports Zone on Lagos Talks 91.3.
My name is Charles Anazodo. Shegun Agbede is here, so also is Femi Faraway. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
There's one phone call that we're all expecting that will be made this morning, and that phone call has to be that of Mr. Durojaye on Motor Show.
I don't want to be in his shoes this morning.
Mr. Durojaye on Motor Show. I'm sure you're listening in. Everybody who listened in to the show on Friday is waiting for your call this morning. Yes?
Remind him of what happened on that day.
He said Nigeria would lose, and he gave a prediction of 2-0 in favor of the Zambians.
But I'll go in slightly different. I just like a huge shout out to Justin Madugu, who, we always shout, everywhere shout for at least first is that he beat a strong white woman. He beat her very well. Hope that came out right.
He flogged.
Flogged, you understand, spanked. Yes, it was a fantastic performance. And kudos to Chidi from Total.
Yeah.
When we're talking, he said the difference would be, we played Tunisia, we played Botswana, Algeria. They all sat back defending for Zambia. And Stella Mbachu that we spoke to, God bless her. I think
she was very emphatic.
She was very emphatic. And I think the girls were really irked with Zambia's mouthiness.
Who said they were out to hunt?
Do you understand?
Yeah.
They were really mouthy. And I think that really got the girls going. Do you understand? So there was a temptation, you know what, we're going to teach you a lesson. We're going to...
Lesson well taught.
And a lesson well taught. It was 5.
Five was good. No, but 5 was good.
Five was...
What I thought the coach did very well was work on our set piece.
Oh, yeah. Our
because
set pieces
our set pieces were... And for me, the player of the tournament has to be Okocha. And it's not because I'm Nigerian.
That's her trusty left foot.
Like, she was just dropping those balls in. Like,
but how about Ajibade? You're saying
Ajibade.
You were insulting.
No. Ajibade before now, wasn't what we thought that she could be. Yeah,
but it's always there.
But Shegun, apart from Ajibade, all the players stepped up to the plate.
Yes,
all of them.
Then another girl I just
apart from maybe Azizat.
And that brings us to the second matter, that the coach had to wait until people complain before he finally dropped her.
I don't think so. I think my point is valid, even if I say so myself. I think there was a lack of preparation, my opinion. I mean,
from whose part?
Generally from the team. So these opening games, he needed to see what he
that could have cost us.
That's what friendlies are for.
Now, my understanding is a bit different. I think with the group games, you've got to win your games. Yeah, it doesn't have to be pretty.
Obviously, yes.
You have to be conservative. You have to be cautious, but just win those games, which is what I think the manager was doing, and unleashed the real Falcons when it really mattered the most.
No, but if you remember the first game against Tunisia, first 45 minutes, he takes out some of those players, brings in his new set.
A test.
Yes, the attack move.
Exactly.
The attack move. My problem with that movement was you should not be doing that during the tournament. Once we're in tournament mode, you're locking.
No, but remember, and this is where maybe you agree with what Shegun said.
Oh no.
He did say, the manager did say that he would have liked more friendly matches, because that would have helped him see exactly what the totality of the players are made of. So yeah. But whatever the case, maybe we have finally found, the kind of Falcons that we need, especially going into that very crucial game again against Banyana. You know, we have to get our pound of flesh.
No, we'll beat South Africa
against Banyana.
We'll beat South Africa. That one is standard. Really nonsense they've been playing. We'll beat those ones now.
The same of things for South Africa. They will have to come out.
That'll be a game.
No, but we go beat them. There's no way South Africa, with the way they have played, will be able to stop Nigeria.
Now, our guest today is in faraway Morocco. She's a sports journalist, broadcaster, and sports administrator with over 25 years of experience in the industry. She's best known for her role as the former chairperson of the Nigeria Women's Football League from 2017 up until 2022, where she significantly contributed to the growth and professionalization of the women's game in Nigeria. She's also served really as a member of the Nigeria Football Federation Executive Committee and was elected to the board in 2022. This is 2025 and she was appointed Special Advisor on Communications for the Niger Delta Sports Festival, of course leveraging on her expertise in sports media and marketing. And when you talk about sports media, she's also the CEO of M Sports. She is in Morocco, and her first-hand experience, of what's going on in Morocco, especially as it concerns the Super Falcons, is very essential to us right here on Sports Zone. Please make welcome Aisha Falode. Good morning, Aisha. How are you?
House is very bright, and it's a good morning here in Casablanca in Morocco, where the Super Falcons have been camped and based the beginning and well ahead of the WAFCON here in Morocco. I heard you reading out my race, and I was chuckling. I'm still a sports journalist. Journalism will always be my primary constituency and my focus. Serving on the executive committee of the Nigeria Football Federation now as a chairman or chairperson of the Women's Football Committee and also the Media Committee. But I say good morning to everyone that is listening to us on this morning.
Good morning.
Shegun Agbede is also here as well, and that was the voice of Femi Farawe you just heard.
Good morning, Aisha. Fantastic results on when was that? Was Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on Friday. It was unexpected. It was impressive. The girls were, I think the poor start we had in the competition, let me say the slow start, not poor, was actually giving people some concern and doubt that perhaps our Mission X was a mirage after all. But, the champions that they are, the girls turned the game around in the most befitting stage and the most befitting style, stamping their authority once again. That they are in that commanding performance and the impressive result that we got against Zambia. Everybody had begun to see and think we're actually a strong potential for the title because of the duo of power.
Banda.
Women's ball player and Kudananji. With the players, we really what that Mission X meant.
Aisha, can you hear us? Oh no, I think she's gone.
It's a connection. The network is terrible.
Oh dear. All right, we'll try and get her back. What I wanted to ask her was, I raised that on Friday. That is it possible that similar to Super Eagles in their pomp and pageantry or pomp and circumstance, when they playing against lesser teams, they can tend to struggle. When it comes to, they meet their mates, so to speak. They flex.
Zambia the Falcons mates?
Not really.
Zambia has beaten Nigeria just
once, and even they've never scored against. So it was an own goal. In fairness, but with latterly, and in the fact that they knocked us out, they took the bronze medal last time out.
All right, Aisha, we couldn't hear you for a bit. Connection is rather poor. So let's continue our conversation.
Hello, Aisha.
Okay. No, I don't think the line went.
We're having problems this morning. Why this morning?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Go ahead. I think it's maybe a bit better now. Can you just maybe change location? Maybe go to the balcony. That very luxurious.
I just did now. Is it better?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
So I was saying our mission on X to Morocco this was when we met with the girls. And that the mission X was not a slogan. That is what actually it was a mission. They were the ones that took care of that mission. We told them the being Super Falcons was also a diamonds of the women's players, and they have duty not only that to was handed.
Hello, Aisha. Can we call you back a little bit later? Because maybe the connection will be a bit better then. Maybe it's from our end here. Maybe it's from our end, but we'll call you back a bit later. Okay. All right, we'll try and remake that connection a little bit later. It's a bit fuzzy now, but yeah. Okay, so we have a guest in the studio, a regular listener. Has he ever been here before? Has he ever been here?
Tony.
It's with us in spirit.
But you don't see him before?
Yes.
Tony's been.
Oh, you have.
I saw him in my dream.
Good morning, Tony. And then Mo, how are you?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Charles. Femi, good morning.
Good morning.
Tony is here by virtue of the fact that he won a Total Energies gift card worth 20,000 naira simply because he answered our question correctly. You could also be our winner for today, and we'll ask you our question a little bit later, just to give you time to get yourself ready mentally, because Femi has found a question for you. If it's hard or simple, I don't know, but he's found a question for you.
And Femi is just a wicked boy.
It's hard.
So, Tony, what do you think about victory?
Okay, quite anticipated. If you look at what I equipped in on Friday about how the game was going to go, my only worry was about how we defend against Kunda and Banda, not allowing them into the box, defending high line,
not giving them
outside of the box, which they did. And when you build a team around two superstars, this is what happens. When they are clipped, we're done. And look at, I was worried with the kind of calls I had on station on Friday. Everybody thought, we're going to be done. We've played, prior to then, we had played Zambia twice, and they didn't score against us. We had scored about 10 goals in those three.
2014, we beat them 6-0.
Yes.
Orale scored in that game as well.
So the 4 games we've played now, we've scored 15 goals, and they've not broached our defense.
They have once anyway, but it was an
own goal. So that I won't count for that. And then again, if you look at how they've played, Senegal broached that defense twice, scored against them twice. Every other match they played, they've had serious issues in the defense. And you've had the other teams play against them with some kind of trepidation and then allowing them to attack. We didn't allow that. We took the attack to them, and of course, the rest is history. Our first game, we scored 3 goals. I mean, it was an opening game. It was a bit testy, but we scored 3 goals. How do you play against a Botswana that packed the bus? And so when people say we didn't play well,
the bus and the Kurokwe,
these girls packed the bus. And then the third game, we had about almost overhauling the team. I think about 8 changes or so. And then we already qualified. Nothing much at stake. Much like a dead rubber game for us. Because any way you look at it, we'll come out second or third worst game, and we'll still qualify. And then you had Algeria, who still had something game to play for. Who still had something to play for.
Okay, so Tony, now you're feeling overconfident, just as every Nigerian is. So are we brave enough now to say that Mission X is possible, that we are going to attain it? Is that what we're believing?
It's possible, but not total. Because again, playing against this, and of course, we also have this crest wave in Nigeria where we play one very exciting game. It happens with the Super Eagles. Then the next game, all expectation is high, and then we go down flop. Now, against...
but usually those are with qualifying games, not tournaments.
Yes. Now, but in this one, we have the edge, but South Africa is a bit testy, and I'll tell you why. The fear factor for Nigeria is gone for South Africa.
True.
That's one. And see, fear factor plays in fact, you play against a team you fear, 10-20% you've already lost.
Tony, can I challenge you on that? The Zambians came into that game without any fear now. Do you understand?
No, the media came into that without fear, but the Zambians knew. Quality-wise, they were not better than Nigeria.
They were feeling themselves now. They were talking.
It was what the media had planted.
But the coach was talking, and the coach is a representative of the players.
The coach did fear.
Okay, they were talking.
You can tell in that game she was afraid.
The same coach said squad-wise, Nigeria was better. Because
but she knew that before the game. Now, why did she say that before the game?
She said that before the game in the press conference. That squad-wise, when you look at the complement of our team, 2021 players, we're a lot better than them. But he was talking about the first team, and then you see when you have two of the most expensive.
It's only these comments that you're talking about. She made after the game.
No, she made it in that press conference
where she said
they were going to hunt Nigeria.
Where she said Nigerian players are way better in terms of their individual performances, accomplishments. The Zambian players, majority of them play in the home league. They don't play abroad.
Post game, the press conference before that game, she did say that. I listened quite. But you see again, I did follow some Zambian media, local. And much as you saw these messages being planted, you still had Zambians, a lot of Zambians saying, look, we should play it carefully. And you see, Zambia went into that game throwing all cautions to the wind, and they saw that. We shouldn't do that against South Africa. Because look at how we've scored our goals. We scored how many goals now?
Did Zambia really throw caution to the wind? I don't think so. I think what they did was what they had been doing from day one of the competition. I don't think they threw caution to the wind.
What Tony's trying to say is they played a three-man defense. It's a women's, but I was
still 5-man defense.
5-man, but 3 central defenders.
When they are attacking,
they were not but they were not cautious.
So
they didn't. I don't think they paid the Super Falcons enough respect.
So why I disagree,
they were too open.
Why I disagree with him is that when we go to every tournament, and that's the advantage. I mean, that's why I gave the manager stick. You know how every opponent will play against you. Nigeria is better than almost everybody in this tournament. So you know that Botswana will defend. You naturally know. What do? You look for ways to break them down. Maybe
and they did at the end of the day.
Put in a little more attacking players, creative players just behind the striker to find those runs. And that's why I was upset with the manager. Against Algeria, the same thing. You have to find a way to break teams.
The Zambian result.
No, I'm saying that you have to find a way, teams that will come to you, teams that will stay back. How you play them is different from teams that will come to you. Zambia will always come to you, so you pick them off. South Africa will match you. How do you play South Africa? You have to keep thinking differently for each team. I give him credit for the Zambia game. Yes. It was very good.
Yeah. But if we put, I don't think we have any reason to be, afraid of our match against the Bayana. I think the as somebody once said that strikers win you games, but defenses win you tournaments. Our defense has been rock solid, even against the Lightning. Those Zambian girls are quite good, but we denied them time, we denied them space, we denied them the ball as well. So as Justin has said, each and every game is different. You look out for the South African danger. People make use of the Falcons are very powerful. They're very powerful. They made sure. They scored more goals in one game than they did in the previous 3. So it shows they can score when they put their mind to it. And now there's no safety net. It's do or die, basically. So I expect us. I'm not beating my chest that we'll beat South Africa. But I think we will. I think on the day we'll have too much power for them. That's what I believe. It's going to be a tough game. And if you look at it, we denied who do we beat to qualify for the World Cup? Wasn't it South Africa or something? Over 2 legs. I stand to be corrected.
Anyway, on Friday, I did say that the top 4 teams will qualify for the Women's World Cup. It's not this WAFCON. It's the next WAFCON.
Oh, the next WAFCON.
It's the next one.
Okay.
Because we still have another 2026 WAFCON Because the Women's World Cup.
I was wondering when it's the World Cup. Yeah,
the Women's World Cup is.
So they're going to be playing qualifications for the next WAFCON shortly after this. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's in Morocco as well.
It's in Morocco
as well.
Oh, wow.
So the Women's World Cup is in 2027. So the next WAFCON will be the qualifiers for the
Then
Women's
teams
World
will be in
Cup.
trouble that time, because this team would have grown like another 2 years or 3 years. Would destroy people by then.
So will the rest.
Not with the kind of players that we're breeding. Those young players are Biodun, Okonkwo, Chegini. Watch out for them in another 2 years.
I'm a bit surprised that Chioma Okafor hasn't played. Chioma Okafor is made such huge headlines because she could have played for Malawi, but she chose to play for Nigeria.
Yeah, insulting us now. Wow, na player. Malawi.
No, but I
she
mean,
need Malawi to come. Why will she play for Malawi? What will she win with Malawi? Nothing. I like the fact that I think that we're phasing out some of the older players. Is gradual, and maybe I'm not being too critical of the manager for that. Give them their last hurrah or whatever, and let them leave. She will get her time.
When?
After this AFCON now, if I were some of those people, I know there's
No. I mean, when are you going to play them? These are crucial games.
You will not play her now. She'll come in another tournament. Ronaldo too went in '94 to the World Cup.
You're talking about Chioma or the older players?
No, I'm saying that Chioma will get her time.
Okay.
Because Ronaldo went in '94, didn't play anything.
I agree.
Okay,
I
agree.
agree.
Yes, but he will get
Ronaldo.
so you get there.
I agree.
For me, how does that dovetail into developments in our local league for the women's game? Across Africa, what you hear the other team say is that everybody's catching up on Nigeria. The first few tournaments we won because we were well ahead. I remember in 81, 82 or so, 83, visiting Namdi Okoseme and Ndubisi Okoseme. I met, what's her name? Nkiru
Okoseme.
Play football with me. I was shocked that the lady could play football. So when you saw that period, those first 2-3 tournaments, we were well ahead. And then we saw Cameroon and Ghana catching up, then fading off. And then the South Africans coming up, doing a lot of investment. If you look at our leagues then, there was a lot of investment. I was shocked to find that the Ufoma base, for instance, was being funded by civil servants. So you saw the passion.
There was even Pelicans or something.
A lot of them.
Biola babes.
So at the end of the day, where do we stand now? So we are going the Super Eagles route now, bringing in all our good girls from.
No, but in fairness, Tony, Justin Madugu, this particular tournament has about 8 home-based players in the squad.
8.
Kudos to him and that.
Yes,
is it up to 8?
Yeah, it is.
Really,
it's the right way to go. I think we discussed on Friday that it's not that the Super Falcons are not improving per se, but other teams are improving more than we are.
Exactly.
We need to step it up.
It's an arithmetic progression and geometric progression.
Exactly.
I don't like the word improving because it just seems like we're not doing anything. I think the word I would choose is that all the other nations are beginning to expose their players to international football.
So they improve.
So they are getting just as good as the Super Falcons because now they're seeing what it means to play football at international level. So whatever it is that the Super Falcons have been exposed to, all of these players from these so-called smaller nations are also exposed to the same situations as well. So, as far as they're concerned, me and you, they meet for Spain now. We're meeting in America. So what's the major difference? There's nothing.
Is there any chance that Ghana surprises Morocco?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
So it's Morocco.
It's Morocco in the finals. I envisage Morocco and Nigeria in the finals.
And I preferred Ghana, I won't lie to you.
No.
Ghana would be an easier win. I agree.
Funny enough, if everybody forgets, because everyone's hugely critical of the Super Falcons last time out. But in that semi-final against Morocco, they're playing against a home crowd, a raucous, fanatical home crowd. They were 2 players down, and they still dragged that game to penalties.
Yeah, but that's not enough. No.
In fact, I remember
that tournament was poor. But that tournament was
the courage of the girls.
That tournament for us was poor. We didn't do enough for where we are and what we have achieved to still sit down and call ourselves what we are. Because this one,
when you compare this tournament to the previous one, which one is better in terms of the general play?
I like this one. I won't lie to you. I like this one. I like this one because Waldron was still using the World Cup mentality to play that AFCON. You can't use the World Cup mentality to play AFCON. What is it?
Why not? They did well at the World Cup.
So the World Cup is a different ball game. You're playing against some of the best teams in the world. But AFCON is African teams now. Respect. We shouldn't be playing defensive football against African teams now.
Hello, good morning.
Uncle Shagun, good morning. Time far away, Mr. Tolu. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
My name is Shagun from Mojota. Morning, sir.
Morning.
I have a confession, though. And I don't want anybody to laugh at me. I was actually distracted with that Nigerian Zambia game because of Zambian coach. That woman, she's too fine. So I was just looking at, and I was watching the game with my wife. So I just looked at it and that woman. In fact, anyway, congratulations to.
No, finish the story.
We'll laugh at you.
No, finish the story now.
Are you still married? And that should be you.
That woman is very, very fun. Is that just a white woman like that? It's very fun. I believe that Nigeria will actually beat South Africa, definitely. But I would prefer us to play with Ghana. And that Ghana-Nigerian final, we should be very careful. Because I don't want what happened to us in male.
Wow, we never even reached there, sir.
Ghana get to beat Morocco. You prefer to play Ghana.
Because the day I fell in love with Falcon was that day. That thing that Mr. Feb just mentioned now. Morocco, Nigeria, that semi-final. Those girls are beautiful. They played as if their heart is going to come out of them.
Those girls played that game.
I remember that red card. Regardless, you will know that game is Ojoro. They just want Morocco to win. That's what
two very harsh red cards.
Fell in love with those girls. Ekuche, sir, congratulations, right. Sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Who do you? Okay, he's gone.
Why did everyone ask him that?
Who do you think
this call for?
Who do you think is the prettiest Super Falcon?
I don't look at them that way. I look at them as excellent athletes.
Okay, Femi, who do you think? You already know who I think anyway, so there's no point in asking.
Who do you think?
I think a few. I think that Risola looks really. Yes, everybody points at Plumpter, but I think
Plumpter.
A lot of people point at Plumpter. Yeah,
really.
But I think that Risola Babajide, I think she's up there.
For me, now I lose you.
I think she's up there.
Tony,
I think she's up there.
I lose it for me.
I mean, come on, man.
I don't.
Come on.
I love the way they perform. That's it. I don't.
All right, we have Aisha Falode back on the line. We did make a promise that we'll try and get back to her. Now we have. I believe the connection is much better now, Aisha.
I want to believe so, Charles, and I pray it does remain stable and good until we finish the interview.
It is so much clearer now. I can tell you that for free. Okay, so Aisha, let's quickly, from your perspective, what you've seen of the Super Falcons so far. Mission X, is it weighing down on the players? Are we expecting way too much from the girls, you think?
No, we are not expecting way too much. Now they understand. After we sat down, we had a meeting, we talked amongst ourselves, and they understand that Mission X is not just a slogan, that it is a duty, it is a call, it is an obligation. Nigerians are expecting it all. And they understand that the Super Falcons, that name is a legacy that was handed to them. It is also their duty to not only legacy, to also nurture it and hand it over the way it was presented. They know the history of the Super Falcons with the WAFCON. In all the times that we've played the WAFCON, we have not only won the title 3 times. In 2008, we came third. In 2010, by the second edition after that, we reclaimed the title. In 2012, we came fourth. By the time we went back in 2014, we claimed back the title. Here in Morocco, 2 years ago, 2022, we came fourth. Now we have to repeat that history of taking the cup back and taking it back to Nigeria. I think they have turned the corner, they've turned the curve in that game against Zambia. Zambia, will not let me lie to you, was a threat to everyone who wanted this title because of their attacking force and power of Barbara Banda and Rachel Kudananji. Now, the Super Falcons stamped their command and authority on this competition. In that game against Zambia, we were expecting that we will win. But the way and manner and, and the style and the stage that we won that competition has brought back focus onto us. The girls understand that. They are not under any pressure. They are big players in their squad, in their teams. We have depth. We have quality in that squad. We have, everybody can come, any player can come off the bench and make a statement on the pitch. That's the depth of quality we have in the team. So, they are very focused on that mission now. They are on the trajectory to get in. We are only 2 matches away. And by the time we cross the hurdle of South Africa, who might have also been a threat to us in the past editions, in 2018 in Ghana, remember that we played them both in the semi-final and in the final. It was the penalty separated us and we won. Here in Morocco 2 years ago, they are the defending champions. They also have the stuff to be champions again. But then it will show who is more, whoever shows more hunger. And that's what we are expecting our girls to do, to show more hunger on the pitch and be the one to carry the day.
Aisha, hi there, Shego Agbede here. I want the Super Falcons to win for one very selfish reason, apart from the Mission X and everything, and Nigerian celebrating another WAFCON title. I want them to win for the edification of the Nigerian coach, who I feel hasn't been given a fair crack of the whip. You understand? So I hope and pray Justin can bring the cup home, and I hope and pray that when he does, not if he does, but when he does, that you'll be looking at keeping him in place long term. Just a thought that I'm hearing. Is this something you can comment on?
Yes, the coach has done a very good job. When the chips are down, he gets the blame. When the team is also being celebrated, he should be given that. It should be commended for a job well done. The very poor start of the Falcons in this competition, in this tournament, came down to him being able to identify what the problem was. The first 3 games we all saw were very, they were not impressive. And if he could turn around that, the whole process of refocusing and re-strategizing and putting, just taking all the different perspectives of criticism into consideration and really working on what was missing in the first 3 games. And what we saw on Friday has really been very convincing that the coaches, they know what they are doing now, and that really we can't come this far and not get to the destination.
Femi, can I just quickly ask this question? Aisha, is it possible that, dare I say, lack of preparation could have been the problem for the Super Falcons? Only 4 friendly games? I'm just asking. So he had to literally start juggling, trying to set his team within the tournament. Do you understand? Is that a possibility?
You see, when we would try to make excuses for lack of performance, it's really it doesn't it doesn't challenge the girls. When we say that we didn't prepare, there was a lack of preparation, and yet we had 4 friendlies in between, in space of I think 1.5 months, and then the girls came to have 10 days to the competition, played additional friendlies in between the preparation to the run up to the kickoff of the event. Still arrived early in Morocco and had 1 friendly against Ghana. I think for professional players, those preparations were enough. We should give kudos to the NFF. When they don't do well, we say they don't do well. But they prepared very well for this tournament, and which was why everybody was worried that the level of preparation and the results, it's not reacting. And I think that the girls have just hit the throttle at very, very critical stage of the competition. Whatever it is that where our thoughts before should be put behind us, there's power in the thoughts that and the signal that we send to the girls that will not be what will make us look back again, but just be focused on mission now.
Talking about power and the thoughts, you spoke about the local manager, Justin Madugu, and the job he's done for the team. I'd also like to get your thoughts about the players who started off from the Women's Football League here. The Ohales, the Demehin, the Ajibade. How well they've taken this sort of challenge, the longevity, the period they've been in the national team, and what they can achieve. What's your thoughts about the development of these players from the local football league?
The talents abound in Nigeria everywhere. And that is why we must continue to give homage to those who saw this vision way before anybody else did. And for the light that is being carried from generation to generation. We have so many younger generations of women football pioneers and those who are of interest group now. And they're developing and getting these talents. You see, the way the talent and the quality that we have in Nigeria is through this progression from from the local league, which was why we created those 3 tiers of everyone to have a space to perform, from the nationwide, which is what you call an open field for everybody, an inroad, a pathway for you to get involved, to the championship, now to the premiership, and then to the grassroots of academies, a proliferation of them that are scattered all over Nigeria. We must create that pathway of progression from under 17, under 20, now to the Super Falcons, which is what we are doing now. If you check some players, the Shukuras, the Jamilusis, the Sikiratu that we have now, the Miracle Sanis that we have in the Super Falcons now, if you check their history, you will see the pathway that they took. They played in the under 17, they played in the under 20, now they are in the Super Falcons. So we must pay attention to development, which is what the women's football strategy, that document is about. About competition, leadership, governance for women footballers across the globe. And you can see that the tone at the top, from FIFA to CAF, is encouraging participation, inclusivity, equality, and equity for the women's game. And I think Nigeria is also embracing that, which is why you now have this encouragement for the local entities to also set up their football cells, where more of the Ajibades, more of the Oshualas and Ohales. Ohale has to be commended for her tenacity and her longevity in the game. She is still a very much big player in the Super Falcons of today, and this is a player that has been there forever.
Yeah.
So it is not even about how long now; it's about how influential you are still, and how willing and the strength that you still have to carry on in the team. So we must focus on grassroots development to be able to continue to, bring out the quality that we have in our women's game.
All right, Aisha, walking away from the white lines of the football pitch, should the rest of Africa be concerned that Morocco is hosting everything that Africa wants to display to the rest of the world?
No, they should not. It should be a challenge to everyone. Why is Morocco hosting everything? Because Morocco has top-class facility. That is a challenge. Nigeria is a country of 180 million. We don't even know what our census is, our correct population. Between 180 and 200, we are told. But then the big country, as big as we have in human population and capacity, and the resources to begin to see sports not only as recreation, as part of growth, as part of contribution to your GDP, as part of investment, as part of entertainment, as big as America is in technology and sciences. They don't joke with sports and entertainment and now the technology, because they know that's where the big money is. Nigeria has to take advantage of that. They have to see the possibilities and the what the wealth that sports can create. And you cannot create those wealth if you do not have the enabling environment. Enabling environment meaning having top-class facilities. Not too long ago, Nigeria was hosting everything. This AFCON, this WAFCON for women. Nigeria hosted the first 7 edition of it, back to back. We hosted the All Africa Games, we hosted the Africa Cup of Nations, we hosted the FIFA Under-20 and Under-17 World Cups. What happened to those facilities? What happened to the point that we only have one stadium that you can call a top class? Even at that, the Godswill Akpabio Stadium is also becoming a relic compared to the modern facilities that is being built around the world now. So it should be a challenge to everyone. It should not be only a concern. It should not be only a worry. People should act. Morocco is putting the rest of Africa on a test. They are setting the pace. And that's what governance is about. You match growth for growth, development for development. Sports cannot grow, it cannot develop without facility. And it is the responsibility of the government to provide those facilities for the people.
All right, Aisha, final question before we let you go. The issue around the kits for the Super Falcons arriving just before this semi-final game against South Africa. Where exactly should we be laying the blame? The doorstep of the Football Federation? Or where exactly? What happened?
No, you cannot lay the blame on the doorstep of the Football Federation. Nike themselves admitted that it was their error, that they sent the kit late because they were not used to the customs of an immigration of Morocco. They didn't take into consideration that there was going to be a lot of paperwork involved. It took Nike themselves to recognize and admit that it was their responsibility. The failure was, it was on their part, and they came here to sort the mess out. The kids have been out since last week, Thursday, just the day before we played the game against Zambia. But I think the girls now, they are even more comfortable with the old kids because they think like we think that there's some measure of luck with that old kid now. The kids have been given to the players in complete. Every player got what they are supposed to get, but I still see that they trained with the old kids yesterday, and on a lighter note, they just said, "Leave us with this kid too." And they give us win now. We could just wear and they go. So that has been sorted, and I think Nike has learned. It was meant to make things easier. Instead of shipping the kids to Nigeria and then from Nigeria you ship them back here to Morocco for the competition, they decided that it was best for them to ship straight to Morocco, which was a good intention. But things happened. It got up in paperwork. And
Aisha, I'm happy. I'm happy that you've settled this matter because a lot of people ran with the story that the girls were training with their personal kits, and they were washing their uniforms every day by themselves. And majority of Nigerians.
Exaggeration. There was nothing like that.
Thank you.
They had limited kits, but they were not washing to reuse. They had enough to rewear without having to wash and dry and then put on the same kit. They were just limited, but now they have more than enough. So. All
right. Thank you so much, Aisha, for talking to us. We appreciate you, really. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure, Charles, Shegun, and Femi.
All right,
thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Brilliant. That's just brilliant. This is what I complained about the last time the manager spoke on this issue. If you don't have the full facts of it, state what it is. She has stated that, look, it wasn't a problem. They were still having training kits to come out with. And this is some of the bottlenecks they experience. Of everybody to know, the manager should know. And the manager came here and said, "Oh, we don't have enough. It's not good enough. It's not enough."
That is misrepresentation.
It's not misrepresentation, no.
It is very.
I'm not the one that said it. It's not me that said it.
You are misrepresenting. Charles asked him, the guy didn't want to go there.
Yeah. No, but he didn't. No, he could have said, "I don't have."
She said the kids were limited. Listen to what.
No, she didn't say the kids were.
She said the kids were limited.
No,
does this guy not hear?
No, I don't hear.
She said the kids were limited.
No, I don't hear. What she said was number one. there was some challenges getting it, and that wasn't the fault of the NFF because everybody ran with the Nigerian government. Number one, number two, she also explained that they had training. As a matter of fact, now they don't want to go back to the new one. They don't want to go to the new one. They want to stay with the old one.
She said it,
but the manager made it seem like it was a problem.
Excuse me. She said the kits were limited, quote and unquote. Madugu never.
What's the definition of limited? What's the definition of limited?
You know, rich. That's
what
you
know, rich. Oh no! Please say something. Oh no!
Say something. Limited. Me say no rich. Google it.
Limited means that you don't have luxury. You're not a nepo baby.
Okay, I beg. You know what? If you want to,
Madugu should learn how. Madugu, you can't speak like this about your employers.
Excuse me, no. Facts are facts.
You can't speak like this about your employers.
Our opinions are opinions. Madugu, I will defend him. He did not say. At the end of the day, he said
Kaude is here.
Kids so rich.
That's not everything Kaude does to me, as based on his office. Have you ever seen me drag him and throw him under the bus in Lagos Talks?
Yes.
No. I've always respected him as a senior colleague.
He never dragged anybody.
What Madugu had to do was just easily say, look.
No, but Madugu didn't drag on that.
He dragged.
No, he didn't. Because I remember when that interview aired, we were saying that, he was being careful.
Yeah. Very careful.
He didn't drag.
We have a caller. Sorry, guys.
I beg.
Hello, good morning.
You know the truth.
Good morning.
You're just sitting there silently.
There's no truth.
The truth.
Good morning.
Aisha Falode has never lied to us.
And she said the kids are limited.
Aisha has never lied to us. Remember the money, FIFA money. She was the one who explained it to us here. And we all agreed with it. So why is it now you're not saying what she's saying?
She said the kids are limited. Quote and unquote.
In the media, what they said was the kids were not there. They don't have kids to use and train.
They were using their personal cloth and washing and wearing the next day. That was a lie.
And Aisha
what the coach said
it was a lie.
Kids
no, Shagun. We're talking about a reporter who reported the story and said that this is what the Super Falcons are going through.
Well, that's it.
Which was a blatant lie.
That's a different thing. But
Nigerians chose to, because every time there's a negative report, everybody just jumps on it and says that is the truth.
You know the story yesterday about what's her name, Kemi? People believed it more than disbelieve it. Why? Why would you, Kemi Badenoch? There's a story on her about not being able to give her kids Nigerian citizenship. And people believed it.
Well, I heard her say it. She said that in Nigeria.
But our constitution is there now.
But she said I heard her say it.
So why did people believe it?
No, but I heard her say it. But she
doesn't make her right.
She said that, but she said it.
But doesn't make her right. She's wrong.
She said it, but she said I heard her say it.
No, I'm agreeing that she said it. I'm not
whatever
on CNN. I'm agreeing that she said it, but it is wrong.
And then you blame her.
But people believed it on social media
because she said it.
But the fact that she said it doesn't mean that's right. That's his argument.
She's the head of the Conservatives. She should know what she's saying. She holds a very responsible position.
Trump is the president of America, but you always say that he lies.
Oh, he's a filthy liar.
so why is Kemi? Why do you think
American visa to that chance of Sedobi? If you're listening to the embassy,
people just run with stories without even getting. Meanwhile, all you just check is in the constitution that you can pass it.
But what you're supposed to say is that she shouldn't have said it. Because what she said was false.
What I'm saying is
that's what he's saying.
Yes. Don't blame people for believing what she said. Don't.
Why can't you blame them? Why can't they check?
But if a woman of such stature,
what you mean such stature? Who is she? Who is
she's
she?
The head of the Conservative Party.
Aisha Falode is right. The coach is right. Sports don't signing up.
Wait, Peter, one of our winners. Peter, one of our winners is just to confirm that it's authentic. Peter,
because of Femi's attitude. He's not trustworthy. Please.
No, much against is trustworthy.
Exactly. I like that. Among the three of us, I'm the only one that tells the truth. Thank you.
I will call Uncle Sass. Uncle Sass. Good morning, everybody. Lagos Talk. I'm live online. I'm Peter Olumoyiwa.
All right, gotta go.